So this video is going to be on the future of gaming according to Upper Echelon. And it says, as crypto once again spirals into a mainstream spotlight and speculators run wild, we are starting to hear similar claims being echoed when compared to a few years ago, where crypto and blockchain are somehow revolutions for gaming and the future of the industry. I really hope not, because all those are just scams at this point. Like, I can't even hear the word blockchain or crypto without thinking of the scams that I've learned about recently. But I want to see what Upper Echelon has to say about this.
All right. How many people watching this have heard the term play to earn? Anyone? Yeah? How about NFTs or Web3?
Maybe.
Honestly, you'd probably be much better off not knowing what these things are because they're total garbage, contributing nothing of positive value to society right now. But these terms get really popular, or rather got really popular for a couple of years during the crypto boom of 2020. And I'm pretty sure they're about to circle back around and get much more popular again. Sadly.
No way.
See, gaming has become the largest entertainment medium on Earth by far.
Yeah, but like, how are people not noticing how many scams are related to these things? Are people really still going to buy into this
stuff? And
crypto
bros, hell-bent on shoehorning their stupid little tokens into whatever industry they can possibly infect, have decided that blockchain will make gaming better, NFTs are the next evolution of ownership, and crypto is the future of gaming. Just so you can see I'm not exaggerating on all this, here's a few examples. Why the Future of Gaming is Built on Blockchain by the Algorand Foundation. How blockchain gaming is redefining the gaming industry, published over on Hedera. Play to Earn Games, revolutionizing the gaming industry with blockchain. That one's from Solulab. And Blockchain Revolutionizing the Games Industry from LCX, published in February of this very year. It's funny because crypto bros are trying as hard as they possibly can to legitimize the technology and catalyze wider adoption for video games. But, well, it's not going particularly well. Now, if you listen to what they write about, you could be forgiven for thinking it is. Quote, blockchain technology is rapidly changing the gaming industry, offering unprecedented levels of transparency, security, and user engagement. With the use
When has that ever been transparent or secure? Ever? It only takes a few people to believe in this stuff, though, and buy into it for them to make a lot of money.
Decentralized systems, gamers and developers alike are able to leverage the benefits of blockchain to create a more immersive and decentralized gaming experience, end quote. But if you spend some time actually playing these products, well, that's what we're going to do today. What makes all this even more hilarious, if that were even possible, is that to play these blockchain games, you mostly have to use the Epic Games storefront. And Epic Games, rather Tim Sweeney, the founder, has said, quote, we'll have a quality standard that doesn't accept crappy games. We'll accept reasonably good quality games of any scale, whether small indie games to huge AAA games, end quote. That's a very compelling picture, isn't it? Like, really, it is. Blockchain is revolutionizing gaming with unprecedented levels of user engagement. And while Steam decided to ban NFT and crypto games from their platform entirely, Epic decided to accept them while stating that they intend to have a quality standard which doesn't accept crappy games. Just keep that in mind for the rest of the video.
What does that mean? Isn't that a little subjective?
So where am I going with this? Well, the answer to that question is very simple. If blockchain is the future of gaming, if it's revolutionizing the industry, and if the Epic Game Store, with its high standard of quality, is the biggest marketplace where I can experience that glorious future, what reason could I possibly give for not downloading and playing some of these groundbreaking entertainment products? So that's what I did. I logged into Epic Games, searched for NFT or blockchain, and started downloading. Right off the bat, the first thing I noticed is that there's no results here other than free.
Oh, I was like, there's a lot.
It doesn't look like any of these games are ever paid products. They're all free to play, which is good, maybe? I guess we're going to find out. The first one I decided to grab was called Grit. Grit, according to a game review done on a website called playtooearngames.com, is a AAA plus NFT Wild West Battle Royale, which kind of sounds pretty cool. Well, I downloaded the game, installed it, booted it.
Which means you should be more suspicious.
Up, and you can't play. The servers don't work. The website says coming in 2023, even though it's 2024 now. The Discord invite link is broken. The Twitter account hasn't posted anything since last year. And I finally found a Reddit thread from 8 months ago where the server seemed to be playable then, at least, but there was no one online. The person played alone in a battle royale for 20 minutes and then signed off because not a single other person match made into their game. What a great start. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not fair. It's just one example. There's always going to be exceptions to the high quality standards of Epic Games, and the technology really is revolutionary, but not every game can be amazing. Give it another chance. And yes, you're right. I shouldn't judge them all by the failures of just one, so off I went on this journey. The next one I clicked on was called Ape Squad, which seemed to be, I don't know, have some connection maybe to the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection, which was being shilled by a bunch of celebrities, so good. Maybe, possibly. Let's find out. No, we can't find out. This one isn't playable either. I have no information as to why. I didn't feel like doing all the research. And I just couldn't get into the game.
Feels like
and they misspelled the word password on the main login screen. Just excellent stuff here. Really, really strong start. Feeling slightly defeated, but not ready to give up quite yet, I kept going and clicked on a game called Brawlers. I was starting to get a little bit annoyed by this point because all of this stupid blockchain shit requires you to make additional accounts in order to play. You can't just do it through Epic Games, sadly. And they have all these hoops to jump through because they're trying to get your money from your wallet. But after getting things set up and logging in, I finally found one I could actually start. Well, did I though? See, yes, I could log in and peruse this rudimentary game menu, but when I tried to play a ranked match, that is a match against another human opponent, the timer would get to about 1 minute and 30 seconds every single time, and then just kick me out of the queue. Here I was on title number 3, exploring the future of gaming on a storefront where they don't accept crappy games, and yet I was 3 for 3 with unplayable garbage. I did eventually switch over and play one round of this Brawlers game against the computer, but you look at this in the background right now and tell me whether or not it's the future of the industry.
My God.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. I'm super curious. At this point, I was getting very annoyed, so I figured, why not try something single player, and that way you don't need to have opponents, and you can experience these revolutionary games just for yourself. I scrolled around and landed on a game called Blight's Wrath, developed by Equilibrium Games, which is a single-player fantasy RPG. Excellent. Well, I downloaded the game, launched it, jumped into the world, and yes, I could play. The level of excitement I felt, you just can't even understand. I was thrilled to now experience the future of video games and immerse myself in this fantastic world. Yeah, the dialogue doesn't work. It was broken. The control scheme is the worst thing I've ever played with. You can just infinitely run around on the bottom of the ocean because they didn't program barriers or swimming or basic physics of any kind. And then the game broke. I couldn't progress the main quest line anymore. Something was off or wrecked. I don't know. And I got sick of wasting my time. Great stuff. Something I should add here. The developers for this game are now like...
How does this have to do with the blockchain and crypto? And I don't understand. They're so crafty.
Making or talking about an MMO,
just like to make your money,
multiplayer online game, which they have said is basically World of Warcraft on a PvP-enabled server. The devs that made this right here have said that there's an MMO they're working on that is basically World of Warcraft. Oh, and the marketplace for Blight's Wrath, which is supposed to be like the selling point for the entire concept of NFT and blockchain integration in video games, just doesn't work. You look at this game and tell me with a straight face that blockchain is the future of gaming, and that the Epic Games Store has quality standards for what they're willing to allow on the platform. For real. Anyone? Does anyone want to give it a shot? Like any of you crypto enthusiasts out there, you want to type something out in the comment section?
Oh, God, no. I'm not a crypto enthusiast.
Give it a shot. No. Still, what are the odds that this could keep going? Slim, right? Next was a game called 9 Lives. I figured it can't get worse, so let's just keep going. And this one is supposedly an RPG that focuses on 1v1 combat. Really stunning quality.
So you have to go in
The thing that got me, though, after being grateful that I could even log into it and it has any gameplay to experience at all, the thing that really got me was, you know how I just said the control scheme is the worst thing I ever played with the previous game, right? I described the control scheme of that one as the worst. Yeah, this one beats it by a mile. See, it turns out they didn't program in diagonal movement. You can only go left or right, forward or back on a 90-degree XY axis. You can't strafe diagonally at all, which means that you have a permadeath 1v1 combat game with no players, by the way, not a single one. I didn't counter anyone during the entire play session, where you don't even have fluid control of your character. This is where I started to realize, well, now wait a second, it's all bullshit.
That's what I was about to say. It's because it's not about the gameplay. They're not trying to make a good game. They're trying to get into your wallet and make money off of you. That's it.
I knew this the entire time.
They don't care
but I'm not
about good
joking when I tell
gameplay.
you that the quality of Web3 video games is way worse than I expected going in.
Look at
The last
hair.
one I decided to try because I was getting very sick of this, to be honest, was called Red Chaos, thinking there's no possible way it can be worse than what I played so far. And thankfully,
You keep
I
saying
finally
that.
got one game that I could play a match in and have at least a tiny bit of fun that functioned on a very basic level. Red Chaos is just a generic arena shooting game. The controls are bad, the hit registration is bad, the reticle bloom is absurd, but hey,
There's
I logged
gameplay.
in, I found a match, I led the team, I had the most kills, even got multi-kills, and at the very least, this was a functional video game
Yeah.
that could be played. That being said, nothing about this is unique whatsoever. There are hundreds, more like thousands of better options out there that have nothing to do with blockchain. Half of those options are also free, which counters the only actual thing that this game might have had going for it. And the bare bones nature of the title is impossible to ignore. Sure, you can say early development or work in progress.
That's so
but
generic
This is such a
looking.
basic thing. There's no way that this product will ever define anything about video games.
Yeah.
And sure, it looks great when you compare it to everything else I played before it, but as soon as you jump out of the crypto pond, where most of the competing fish are just completely dead anyway, it has no chance of surviving, let alone thriving, because it's mediocre at absolute best. Bottom line, we've been hearing over and over and over for years that crypto and blockchain are the future of gaming. Web3 and play to earn will revolutionize the industry. In particular, Ubisoft seems to be embracing some of those concepts. And gamers need to get with the times because there's no stopping the train now that it left the station. That's just wrong.
Heck
Crypto
no, I'm
games
not
are pretty
getting on
much
that
all
train.
garbage. They contain nothing new. They have zero functionality that wasn't already widely available long before blockchain even existed. And what's worse, they don't even measure up to the most basic standard of quality because they're scams. They're
Yes.
trend-hopping homunculus creations whose only purpose is to get people to speculate on digital assets that won't even be around a couple years later. Epic
Mhm.
Games, the store that has quality standards, Epic Games is now distributing
Better be careful
unplayable
with that.
crypto trash because none of this is the future, none of it is revolutionary, and pretty much all of it is entirely worthless. That's my take on crypto in gaming, and I would love to be proven wrong, okay? I would love for the industry to be advanced and revolutionized by any concept out there, but it's probably never going to happen. Most people who have anything to do with crypto
Which is
want
probably for the
free money.
best.
That's like their MO for integrating themselves with the industry at all. But free money doesn't exist. The closest thing I can find is stuff like Honeygain, which uses a portion of your internet connection to run price comparisons and things like that. And if you put it on a few devices, you can maybe make enough to cover like streaming subscriptions every month, which is cool by letting it run in the background or something like that. But no
Really?
video game is ever going to
What
let
the
you
heck is
log
that?
in, play, and then get rich because you earn tokens that are
It lets you earn passive income by sharing your internet connection. I mean, that's probably just taking your information.
Or
But
somehow
I don't
worth
know.
tons of
I've
money.
never heard of it.
It's just not going to happen. I'll put a link to Honeygain down below, by the way. I've used it myself for years. This
Oh.
video is not sponsored by them. It's just me talking about it. It's not a lot of money, but it pays you reliably per device, and most importantly, it's very easy. It's not for iPhone, though. Sorry, just Android and Windows. Anyway, that's it. The future of video games, Web3, crypto, play to earn, it's all a joke. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. Patreon, Locals, a VPN affiliate with a huge discount, and more, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.
Okay, the giraffe. It really takes me out of it. Be careful with these crypto games. They're not real. They're just there. They're just there as a gateway to your wallet. That's it. They don't. That's why they suck so bad. They're just like quick cash grabs for these creators or whoever they are. I don't know, but yeah. There's no way I'm interested in anything to do with this. If y'all have a different opinion, you can let me know. Tell me why I'm wrong. But in my opinion, this is just not a good idea. It's never going to benefit you. It only benefits the creators. And I think that they're just writing an article to create a sensation, and that's it, to get eyeballs on their articles. But I don't know if they're ever going to really take off like that without having negative air around them, you know. Hopefully hopefully people are smart enough now, like after the Logan Paul thing, you know, to just realize these are just scams. And that's it. Just go play a good game. Forget about this. Just go play a good game and deal with your investment somewhere else, somewhere more reliable. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'll leave the video in the description if you want to watch it for yourself. Make sure to go and sub to Upper Echelon. We like his videos over here. And sub to me if you like the video. And I will see you in the next one.